In this video, I'm going to be explaining to you the common signs and symptoms related with ADHD. That's coming up right now. Okay, the first one is inattentiveness and inattention to detail. Short attention span, things like that. Those are things that could possibly mean that you have what is known as inattentive ADHD. Now, I have this problem myself. I have my whole life, in that I have a very short attention span, and I am quite inattentive. I don't concentrate, and therefore, due to my lack of concentration and my short attention span, my attention to detail can be somewhat lacking, and it can sometimes take me a long time before the said information actually sinks in, because I'm not concentrating. So I'm only getting part of the information, and then of course having dyspraxia on top of that, the information I'm getting, I'm already having difficulty processing it. So all the more reason why I should concentrate. But with ADHD, it's very difficult to actually concentrate. So yes, so if you do experience any of those symptoms, it could, as I said, it could be inattentive ADHD, and that's something you will have to speak to your doctor about, or a medical expert. And they'll probably, like in the case of myself, it was a case I spoke to the doctor. The doctor then referred me to a psychologist. Now there is the what I don't know about wherever you're watching this from, but I know for a fact that here in Scotland and in UK in general, the waiting list can be quite long. So if you are concerned with this, and if you think your child or someone you know has this classic symptoms of ADHD, and particularly the inattentive ADHD, or even the other types of ADHD. Like I said, there's 4 different types, and I've only really discovered this myself recently. I thought it was all one thing, but it appears not. As I said, speak to a medical professional. Okay, the next one on the list, and I suffer, and I do this as well, and you've probably noticed it already watching this video, just from my general behaviour and the fact that I can't sit still. And some of you, which may frustrate some of you watching this, you might be watching this going, for God's sake, why doesn't he sit still? I can't sit still. Why? Well, that's because of something called hyperactivity, and hyperactive / impulsive ADHD. Now, all these things I'm discussing can link into each other. A little thing called synergy, a little bit of science for you, but they can all link into one another, or you might find that you might not display any of these symptoms, but you might display some of the other symptoms that I've mentioned or I'm going to mention. Anyway, it's pretty self-explanatory, this one. Your difficulty sitting still, can waffle on, talks a lot, feels like they're charged by a motor. Waffling on, I can't sit still, I'll fidget. Case in point, you can't see it, but I'm aware of it. This leg is twitching quite a lot. There'll be little ticks, little things like that'll do, you know. I do that a lot. Fidgeting, shifting, hyperactive, and of course the impulsive side, impulsive behaviour. You know, you have a tendency to blurt things out. There's a lack of filter, which I've mentioned previously in one of my other videos. There's impulsive behaviour, whereas you'll get an urge to do something and you'll go and do it, and then about 5 minutes after you've done it, you'll be like, what did I do that for? Or sometimes you don't even do that. Sometimes it'll be someone else, and they'll say to you, "What did you do that for?" Or "What did you say that for?" And what are you talking about? You just called that guy, insert inappropriate name here. Well, yes. You know, that's hyperactive. That's hyperactivity, and it can cause for some really. That's hyperactive / impulsive behaviour, and it can cause for some really, really difficult situations, as you can imagine. And it's got me in quite a few scrapes, I can tell you. So yes, that's the next one. That's number 2 on the list of the 4. Number 3 is what's known as combined ADHD, and this is where I factor into it, and it's where some of you watching might have this. Again, the name is self-explanatory. Combined ADHD means that you generally display combined symptoms from what is known as the 4 types of, in the medical profession, the 4 types of ADHD. I was only aware of 2, but there's 4, and I've discovered just now what they count as number 4. I would have counted that as one of the other ones, because it's but you know, it's what I've just got from the National Health website. So apparently that is a separate one, but I never thought it was personally. But anyway, I'm going off my point. Number 3 is combined ADHD, where you display different symptoms of different things. So there'll be a little bit of the impulsiveness. There'll be some of the hyperactivity. There'll be some of the inattentiveness, where you just can't bloody concentrate on anything, or get distracted. In case in point, I'm getting distracted because my brother's just gone out that door, and I'm, you know, I just saw him at the corner of my eye, and it's distracting. And I'm not having a go at him. He probably thinks I'm not, but I'm making the point that, you know, these are all things. The slightest thing will distract me, and I can't sit still. So yeah, there's the combined one. Number 4. Number 4 is one that confuses a lot of people. It confuses me. I actually had to look this up. I'm not going to lie to you. The reason being that I attributed this with one of the other ones because it's very similar, and even reading it from the official National Health website, I'm like, but surely that's one of the ones I've mentioned already. But not according to the National Health, and you know, they're much more professional on this and have a much wider knowledge than what I ever will. So if they say this is what it is, then that's what it is. Number 4 is what is called inattentive presentation, and basically what that means is you present all the classic signs associated with the inattentive ADHD that we saw earlier, that we mentioned earlier rather, but whereas there's like 12 classic symptoms related to inattentiveness, you may only show like 1, maybe 2. So you might get easily distracted, but you know, as long as you focus, you're fine. You don't get distracted. Or you might have difficulty focus, but once somebody like, hey, snap out of it, you know, you're fine. So, you know, it's not like full on inattentiveness where you just can't concentrate no matter how hard you try. That's how I'm interpreting it. Again, speak to an expert; they'll be able to explain it a lot more than I will, because even reading it here in front of me, it's a bit confusing. And because of this, and because I've pretty much explained it, and we got to the 4, and this last one's confusing me a wee bit. I'm not going to lie. I think this is where we shall end it. So that is the 4 common signs and symptoms. I'm not like I'm doing a gang sign here. Yo, yo, yo! That's the 4 common signs and symptoms associated with attention deficit hyperactive disorder. And those were the common symptoms and signs related with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. So if you or someone you know has any of those symptoms or all of them, any combination therein, do reach out and do speak to a medical professional. Get your name on that waiting list, because I know here in the UK it's quite long. And if this video has helped you in any way, do give us a thumbs up. It all helps the channel. And do consider subscribing, because I've got more content on the way regarding mental health. And I also have my gaming videos as well. If you're interested in that, check those out as well. But until next time, this has been Dave Gibson. This has been Hard Knocks Television, the home of Hard Knocks Entertainment. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you in the next video.